BSO Ken Folk. We're back with part two with this young lady, Princess, guest on the Kendra G show. This is her second time on here. This very young and not young, but very delusional young lady. She's came back to refute the comment section, the cousins per se, if you will. And she was on a hell of a fiery rant. We had to split this one into two parts, so we please encourage y'all to check out part one for the proper context. Kendra's loving it, we're loving it, and we're gonna let the video play.
And I'm not like I really do want a person. And I want to shout out my ex, Perry. He was in the comments and he had my back 100% because he knows the type of woman that I am. And I was engaged to him in my 20s, and that was a time where I could help build a man. Like, he worked in a warehouse. And I told him, go get your CDLs, okay, so you can drive trucks. And he did that. He now owns and operates 3 18-wheelers. Like that, I'm that kind of woman, but not anymore. I'm 35. I'm not helping build. I want you to come like already there, because that's where I'm at, like in my career. So meet me where I'm at. That's all I ask. I didn't ask for anything above and beyond. I know you have a lot of delusional women on your show, and that's why you ask questions like, hey, have you ever dealt with this type of man before, stuff like that? And yes, I have. These are the type of men that I deal with.
Let's touch on something. Queen said this to me before, and it makes perfect sense. And here we go, another case of it. You talking about you helped build a man. You made a suggestion, per se. I'm going to say you made a suggestion, and he acted on it. So in your eyes, you felt you build him up. And he got 3 trucks. So why you ain't over there getting some of that damn truck money?
Right.
If you put in the work, Queen said this to me. She said, if you put in the work and you build up, why would you leave when the fruit comes? That's the time when you should be sticking around. Not to say you in it for the fruit. I'm just saying.
But you reap the benefits.
There you go. There you go. You benefit from his greatness if you had anything to do with it. I beg the question. Then why he ain't over there? If he could go in the comments to defend you, then why he ain't over there? She said, I was engaged to him in my 20s. And why I ain't get married again?
Why? And then
half truths here. Go ahead.
I can't stand this narrative that you have to build a man. You suggesting that he go get his CDL is not building him. It was supposed to be being a helpmeet, assisting. Hey, I think you could make more money. I think you got the talent. I think you got a gift for this. Why don't you do this? This will help you bring in more revenue, more resources and whatnot. Like, sometimes you could see stuff for people and maybe they can't see it for themselves. And then he has to make the choice whether or not he wants to do that. But that's not building him. Building him would be you going signing him up for some CDL classes. You gonna take these classes and whatnot. You just made a suggestion. And that's what we supposed to do as women. We're supposed to assist, be a helpmeet.
But see, this is the masculinity. You know, she's downplaying every other man and building herself up. You see what I'm saying? Like the kid's father, he's not in there. He had the trucks, but I told him to get the CDL, and I raised a D1 athlete. And you see what I'm saying? He's putting men down to build herself up.
I wouldn't recommend dealing with this type of woman, because anything she does for you, she's going to think that she's building you. She told you to do this. She built you. Like, she's going to try to claim your greatness. Not, we just talked about reaping the benefits, being the beneficiary of your greatness, as Anton says. No, she wants to claim your greatness. So however far you go, she gonna claim that. I did that. I wrote that. I did that. Instead of just being, okay, in my mind, I know what I did for this man. I know how I helped him. And now I get to sit back and reap all the benefits of his greatness. She's going to want to be front and center and not play the background and whatnot. This is not a background chick. And as you saw from the first video, she got a whole lot to say, and she ain't gonna be quiet. She ain't gonna be meek and mild and submissive,
or even helpful and
right,
a boon to your eyes, your trusted advisor. She ain't gonna be that. She gonna be a nag with a lot of mouth. I'm telling you, she ghetto. She qualified for that ghetto.
This
your
is
ghetto
not
blaster. That's what she is.
A mild mannered woman.
Yeah. She just got a little money, or I guess she getting a little money. Same with Kendra. Get low class with a lot of cash. That's what this is. So let us continue.
That because they're gonna call. This is why they're gonna call you delusional, because they're gonna say, yes, you dealt with that man, but did he close the deal in the way you want to close it, right? So like dating is one thing, but they'll say, because what do you want? Do you want a committed relationship? Do you want marriage with that man, or do you still want to go on these nice dates with that man? Because sometimes those men don't ever settle down. They're the good dates for the weekend.
No, I really want a partner. Like, yeah, of course I want to date. I want to get to know you. I want a best friend, somebody that I can really bond with, somebody that I'm compatible with. We have chemistry. You're spiritual. You're like, I'm a funny, goofy person. I'm very outgoing. I'm wild. I like to have fun. Like, I'm looking for somebody like that. Like, let's date to get to know each other and see where it can go. Like, I'm really looking for. That's why I'm here on your show. Like, I'm really looking for a partner.
So this is what they're gonna say.
She didn't even understand what Kendra was saying. She missed the whole total point of what Kendra was trying to say. Yes, man.
We don't understand each other.
You know what I'm saying?
But babe, tell them I'm not your partner.
I'm your cover. God damn it. I'm partners in this. But in life, I'm your cover.
Like, like this is the time where we're equal. Like we are on an equal playing field.
This is your show. I'm the guest here. I defer. This is your show. In the real world, in life, I'm your cover. I feel a responsibility for you.
Yeah.
Like we together, you already know what time it is. You know how this goes. But you can't cover somebody like this. This one here, no, you can't. They don't understand. They want partners. See, they want to have equal say, but you footing the bill and all that. See, they got a twisted reality, man. And again, Kendra's no different. These two are one and the same. That's why Kendra's loving it so much. But she won't give her the accountability. She's trying to say this is why they're going to call you delusional. Not why you are delusional. Kendra ain't going to tell her the truth. Like, oh, no. And she just missed the point of what she's saying. Like, you dealt with these dudes. So why the deal hasn't been sealed? Like, why are you here if you telling me you've been around all these dudes? Let's see her response.
And before we get to that, what is she sipping? We asked this question in the previous video. And why is she still sipping?
That's Mountain Dew Lightning and Seagram's gin in there with sugar in it. Like, she is fired up right now.
She is fired.
That ain't no tea. I'll tell you that.
Because it goes back to what you said. They're going to say these men will date you, but are they going to marry you? That's what they're going to say.
Oh, well, a man ain't never left me. I left them. My fiance that I was engaged to, I broke him off. We bought a house together and everything. And I still couldn't because I'm the type of woman, I have money.
Before she goes.
I got my own money. I get my own bag. I don't got to deal.
We're going to take a pin out of, if y'all are here from the first video, let's take a pin out of what she said. I ain't never wanted to be a single mother. That wasn't by choice. Ain't no man ever left me.
Right.
So then you walked away. This is a choice. That sounds like a decision. Whatever was going on, you could have stood by it or whatever. You had 2 kids with 1 man. You could have ate that and kept going. No. Ain't no man never left you, but it wasn't your choice to be a single mom. Okay.
So you chose to be a single mom.
Twice.
Get it through your bird brain. You made a choice. If you walked out on that man, he was engaged. Now, I don't know if that man is the baby daddy.
No, this is another man.
It's another man.
He made another choice. He was willing to marry you, take you on with 2 kids. That's the brother that was in the comments.
Okay. So that's not the baby daddy. Okay. So you had a man that was willing to marry you. And you still left. So you could have been married, but she doesn't want to be married. When a woman, no matter what, if a woman tell you that she don't want to be married, it shouldn't be like she's making it clear. I think that most women want to be married. most, no matter what they say, most want to be married. We dream about this when we're little girls, the fairy tale wedding and the groom, the big dress and all of this. So for a woman to sit up here and say that she don't want to be married, not a wife. She never, I mean, not that you dream of it that makes you a wife, but I'm saying that for most of us, we dream about this from as a little girl. And I just don't believe her saying that she don't want to be a wife is what I'm getting to.
Okay. Maybe, right.
Okay. She's trying to make it seem like she don't want that. Right. But in actuality, she wants that.
That's why you took the proposal. You accepted his proposal.
Right. I want a partner. No, you want a husband. And you trying to like downplay it as she's been doing the whole video. She's been downplaying everything. And men, this woman want to be a
she
wife.
Won't say a husband, or she wants to be a wife on her own terms.
Right. Right. Definitely.
She don't, the thought of the traditional wife. No, she keeps saying, I want a partner.
Yes.
She wants that say. She want to be over, that masculine energy. Like, I'm not behind. He's not in front of me. I'm the big dog. I raised a D1 athlete. And all that. I told him to get the CDL. Like, come on.
Like, this is not a wife. This is not a wife. Like,
and fellas, we gotta stop trying to attempting to make these wives.
She's not.
We putting the gas in the balloon. The brother that she's at odds with, he was in the DMs. I presume. I don't know. She didn't come with any evidence, but if he was, like, you shoot your shot. But let's keep it respectful, just to not put more air or gas in the balloon that's already there. Like, you just inflating her ego when you come with the superlatives and you come with the complimentary and all that. Nah, let's keep it more neutral, because you're not doing anything good. The only thing that's leading to you was begging. I got the DMs. And then, like, we need to stop going over there with that. You make your play or whatever's the case, but keep it neutral. Don't give them no fuel to put you on a slate later on, because this is what they want.
Exactly. And I just want to say that a woman, you could be a wife before you're actually married, because that's what scripture says. He who finds a wife. So that means you was already a wife. You just became that man's wife, his wife, and whatnot. So that means how you carry yourself and all of that.
Upbringing, pedigree. It's like pedigree. That means
shows that you're a wife.
Right.
Because a lot of people get that confused. Oh, when you get the ring, that makes you a wife. And so they live their life.
And they
live their life acting single and doing stuff that is not conducive to being somebody's wife one day. And then they think that a man is going to put a ring on their finger and automatically they're going to kick into wife.
Be purified.
This is something that you're thinking about constantly, and how you present yourself to the world and whatnot.
Pedigree.
Yes.
Pedigree.
With nobody's shit. So if you're treating me how I don't want to be treated, you doing shit you ain't got no business doing in a relationship, we're done. And I don't got to stick around. A lot of women settle. I don't. I know my worth. And a lot of people don't like that. They don't want you to know your worth and what you deserve. I do. So a man ain't never left me.
And on periods.
But I ain't never choose to be no single mother.
Period. So going back to the guy that was defending you, because it sounds like he had great characteristics. He's not an option ever.
He's moved on. He's married. I mean, he's moved on.
He got a new situation.
Oh, okay. Why?
So let me just say this, princess.
And she's still single.
I saw you in person. You're an attractive girl. I was like literally about to leave, and I saw her, and I was like, oh, let me go talk to her, because it was like at the end. I think you're an attractive girl. I think you'll never have a guy problem because you're attractive. But
I just want to point out something. Kendra said she was about to leave, and then she saw her, an attractive girl, across the room. I just want y'all to think about it. It stopped her. It stopped her in her tracks.
Beauty.
Her beauty.
In my tracks. Kendra might be a little cunningly inclined.
Take that whichever way y'all want to go with it.
Hi, how you doing? Cat breath. Hey, how I am?
I'm just presenting. I'm not saying she is, but she was just stopped dead in her tracks by an incredibly gorgeous, attractive woman, and I had to go talk to her. It's like you were like, "Yo, excuse me, miss. I saw you across the room."
I'm done.
Because Kendra be doing a little too much hooping and hollering. Take that, however.
Too. You beautiful, she started off with the oblation to Kendra. You are so beautiful in person. Why don't y'all just go scissor? Y'all was after men. You ain't got one. She ain't got one. Go ahead, do the thing.
I'm not saying she is. I'm just saying
it's 2025, right?
It's giving questionable. It's starting to make you think.
It's 2025,
and thinking is not illegal yet. So just think about it.
Yeah, it's still free thought. So, you know how we do over here.
So I'm not saying she is. This is just a thought.
How are you?
Why would somebody do that?
They might speak in tongues.
So I'm gonna just say allegedly.
Just say the guy you described, because sometimes I'm not God and I don't want to be the downer, right?
Look, the downer.
Let's say you said you left these men because of certain mess they wanted you to deal with,
trying to
right?
tiptoe.
So you want this man, but then not with the mess which you have experienced. And what was some of the mess that you left them because of?
Cheating.
Okay, cheating. And let's stay there for a second. That type of man, and this is what I've learned.
She about to say Kevin Samuels.
For 5 years of hosting the show. That type of man got so many women options, right? Like there's so many women. And we don't talk about this enough. A lot of times a woman knows you exist and really don't give a fuck about you because all she cares about is herself, whether it be right or wrong. So this man has to really be in a space where he wants to be committed and faithful and disregard all the vagina that's coming his way, right? So that's really the request. You getting the man, I don't think you'll have a problem. It's maybe you getting the man in the way you want him to behave. And I think that's going to be where you're going to have to,
So are you saying that all men are cheaters?
I'm not saying all men are cheaters, but I'm saying most of the men that y'all want are cheaters. Most of the men that y'all want, because y'all want this swagged out, attractive, tall, good looking, has money. Even you said you had this man, but
y'all's logic don't make no type of sense. Because if we go by this logic that all men are cheaters, then why would you leave him if he cheated then? What's the problem then? If it's accepted amongst women, all men cheat. So why leave him? Okay, he just doing what men do. And let's go back to what we was doing.
Right. If that's how you feel.
How you feel.
I think it's something different. I say, I think you could agree with this, Queen. All this cheating and y'all having these standards for men that are not y'all husbands is what's leading you astray. If you dilly-and dallying and you just having sex and you out for weekends and this and this and that, he might have another woman. But if y'all were married per se, he got to take that up with the Lord. He got to take that up with the Most High. If he's staying in any religion, religious faith, or any principle, if he cheats on his wife, that's adultery. He's going to have to take that up with the Lord. Him running around with you and y'all talking stages and all of this little incidental points and all of that, that's not cheating. Maybe you might have to look past that. And what the high value men, as the good Godfather coined the term or popularized the term of these high value men, they have options, sis. And you just showing up pretty and all that, it doesn't just work like that. You're going to have to come down off that high horse and you're going to have to come in and get dirty. You're going to have to compete. You're going to have to do more than what other people have to offer. If you want to be the wife and not get cheated on or whatever's the case. Not all men cheat, of course not. But high value men with money, tall, swag, 6'8", and all that, all y'all want the same thing. Y'all didn't notice? If we played 10 Kendras in a row and just what they want in a man, it would just sound all the same. It's one man that you're all chasing, basically.
Right.
Finally, Kendra found that out, but this is the case.
Right. And then as women, we seem to be in a habit of wanting a man that everybody wants. We want that desirable man. So, and we want a man that's desirable. Like all the chicks like him. He gets all the love and all of that. Ladies throwing panties at him, whatever go through your mind. We want that man, but we want him to only have eyes for us. Okay, yeah, they throwing panties at you, they, stuff like that, but you have to ignore them because you're loyal to me. Don't look at them. Don't get their numbers. I don't care if they try to bump and grind against you. They throwing it at you. I want you to have that attention, but don't act on it.
Right.
I don't know why. I cannot explain why we think like this. I'm just giving you the female perspective.
Yeah.
This is in our nature.
Control. Yeah, it's control. And Kendra could take like you just said, like more or less, Kendra could take the same approach. Why don't you ignore the vagina that's coming at him and just deal with him in the level that he deals with you? As long as he show up and he do what he's supposed to do for you, let's not worry about what's coming his way and down the pipe and all that. Maybe we can look past that. Maybe you can grow, and maybe he might need to sow a little wild oat before he lock in with you. That's possible too. I'm just giving y'all some game. But let us continue.
He cheated. And let me tell y'all, again, this is experience. I'm telling y'all, when I do my live events and you was at one, it's always 80% women to men. It's just what it is.
I was a mess too.
Like point blank period. You have to know this going in. There are more women than the guys. Now we get the guys, right? We have 20% guys. But then out of the 20% guys to the 80% women, it's really like maybe 4 of the guys that y'all want. So 80% women really want 4 of the guys. And this guy is tall, attractive.
And 0 of them is on Kendra G.
Swagged out. So this is a math. I'm having a math conversation with y'all right now. Yeah. Not a I'm a queen, I'm a guy. Please this don't. Is a math conversation. And listen, I know this because I go to every city. And at every city, I have to have this conversation with all the women because every woman doesn't get to speed dates. Every woman doesn't get a match. And I'm like, listen, but I do bring out a good portion of men for speed dating. And I get the guys that y'all like, but it's never going to be equal. So really what you're dealing with is
where you finding them?
A numbers game.
Hiring them.
And if this guy feels like, if he feels like he's the prize, anything he gives you, he's going to feel like you're lucky to have,
That is what's going. That is exactly what's going on in this dating generation. Yeah. The men with emotion, all of those type of men they think they're the prize, and you're wrong.
They are. That's crazy. They are
because you feel like you have so many options, and you're the prize.
If you was to lock in with someone, this wouldn't be a problem.
True
if you would have locked in with the old boy from your 20s or whoever you was engaged to, it wouldn't be a problem because I really don't concern myself with all of that. Now, we react to the dating game, but this ain't my problem.
Right.
We locked in. Right. We together. Like it's not something that I have to worry about.
There you go.
So this is why we're telling you to get you a man. When that good brother come along, you better lock it down with him.
Again, it's in the numbers game. See, this goes back to what I said on the previous video when we were discussing this earlier. The numbers game. Like y'all it's so many of y'all on here. You could just put them on. Just how many guests on Kendra's show are women looking for the same thing? So in essence, there is a smaller percentage of those men, and y'all little light skins like this come dime a dozen. Like they're not hard to find. You're not hard to find. You're not a rare gem. You're not nothing we never saw before. And I'm not saying these brothers are nothing we never saw before. It's just the actual quality, the quantity, the number, the raw number is lower. Not too many brothers making that much money and are that tall and are that faithful and they got all this motion. Yeah, y'all chase dudes with motion. The 90% chase the 10. So they are the prize. They're in denial. Like I said earlier, in denial. We talk to men, then we would realize what was going on in the short order. You talk to women, they keep bristling up against the facts. They are the prize. For you chasing them, you the one on the show. You're chasing something. So you're chasing them. You came on before. So don't act like these men that you covet aren't the prize. That's disingenuous. Let us continue.
You're not. Like, men are not the prize. The Bible said he who finds a good wife finds a good thing. Like, if you want to get biblical, but I'm not even going to say that. I'm not even going to just say like the
Oh, they fucked up now. Go ahead, Queen.
My
Go ahead, Queen. I'm gonna lay out.
Finds a wife. Where it say good? It just y'all adding stuff. Y'all make me so sick and tired and sick. He who finds a wife. Yeah. Oh, she got to be good. A wife, meaning if she's a wife, she's already good. That's in her nature. That's if you read Proverbs 31, it'll tell you exactly how to be a wife. It'll tell you all the attributes and characteristics that you need to be somebody's wife.
You know they don't read that biblical text. They read whole verbs 304. That's what they read.
Oh. Let's rewind it.
Yeah, the men with emotion, all of those type of men that they think they're the prize, and you're wrong. Like, that's why I feel like men have so much feminine energy now, because you feel like you have so many options and you're the prize. Like, and you're not. Like, men are not the prize. The Bible said he who finds a good wife finds a good thing. Like, if you want to get biblical, but I'm not even going to say that. I'm not even going to just say like the men are not the prize. I will say like it doesn't work like that. Like, I feel like you and the woman are a prize. Like, when y'all both can come together, when y'all have a good, solid foundation, compatibility, chemistry, all of that stuff, then you both are the prizes in that relationship. It's not like, oh, I'm the prize. It's like y'all can be the prize together, but like men really have that mentality because of the numbers games, which is fine with me, Kendra. If I don't find my partner here, baby, I'll go back to Ghana.
Now listen.
And get you a scammer.
Another
like
Prince
our
Ashley
esteemed host.
I hope you're giving a PSA. Give us some warning, Kendra. Give us some PSA. Watch out with them Ghanaians, man. When them dudes roll up with them sandals, you gotta question it.
Oh, you gotta question it. All of this is alleged scammer.
History.
But I just go back to Ghana. How about you go pack your bags and go, hon? Go. You got your little passport. You need to get all your shots. You need to get the yellow fever shot and cholera and dysentery. You need to go get them shots. You better go ahead and go to your local pharmacist and get them shots, because since she brought it up, I could just go to Ghana. I'm sure the fellas, do y'all care if she going to Ghana or not? Just drop down in the comments and let us know if y'all care or not.
Now again, she's not ugly. She's not. You know, our women are never ugly. Most of the time, they never come on here ugly. But it be the attitude that brings you down so many points. Her attitude and that snappiness and the speed in which she's delivering all of this. Like, I could see this coming at you when you come in the door and all of this. Is not pleasant. This is nothing pleasant. It's nothing peaceful. She said her house is peaceful. This doesn't sound peaceful to me. This sounds like, again, chaotic. Chaos. Most women are chaotic. Shout out to Crimson Cure. But this is chaos. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy.
Okay, now if you go to Ghana, let me say this though. Would it be because you could get, he might, okay. How do I want to say this?
Look, how you want to say it?
Listen, all the ladies could go to Africa and get you a man tomorrow.
Like
but
you
I'm
did.
not sure if you'll have the money. So would you, like, if you go to Ghana, he might, huh?
He's not gonna have the money?
He might not have the money if you go to Ghana.
Oh, they have the money.
Do they?
So you're saying you'll go to Ghana, he'll have the money, and you're the only woman? Isn't it?
So would you stay here? Would you stay here?
I'm just having listen.
Wait a minute, Kendra, you're revealing that African had one woman. He had multiples.
She making sense though. if you going over there to be third in line, you could be third in line over here. What was the reason she said she leaving these men? Cheating. So if you go over there to Prince Ashleyfoot and use the seventh concubine on the left side of the list, then you're gonna be good with that because he treats you good. He presented well and all that. He got enough gold to take care of all of y'all, enough rupees or whatever the hell they got over there to make sure that you good over there. You could do that here. You can go and be cheated on by the niggas who was running around on you before. So Kendra's making a little sense, and it's once a month. I agree with Kendra. So in March, me and Kendra will agree again. But for this one, yeah, I think I'm in sync with her. Like, okay, you gonna go over there. He gonna eat. It's gonna not either or like a fait accompli, but it could be the same thing. You could have Prince Ashleyfoot running this, the flim flam on you, or you can be in his roster over there. Like you don't want to be in a roster here, but you will be on the roster over there. Yeah. And Kendra is definitely revealing. Put a pin in this, y'all. Man, it's hot for Kendra right now. It's hot.
We talking about Ghanaian men, but hey, look, that Nigerian,
foreign, right?
But we talking about foreign men, so Kendra seems like she's revealing.
It's hot. It's getting hot for Kendra.
I'm not. Listen, God is all things, right? So I am not the ends all to be all. But you want to have the real talk conversation. So you telling me you going to Africa to get you a rich Ghana man, and you're gonna be the only one? Is that what you're telling us?
I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, let's start here. Is faithfulness and monogamy your non-negotiable? Or are you open-minded? Listen, there's women that make deals like that every day if they're being taken care of. So are you open-minded, or is it a strong no? You gotta be monogamous. I make my own money. I don't gotta deal with nothing I don't want to deal with. No.
So what does that mean? Are you okay with a little cheating, or no, you want monogamy? Okay, you don't gotta answer it, but just think about it.
What is a little cheating? That means he got one mistress versus 10.
A little cheating.
I want to know what a little cheating is.
We've established what a little bit of sex is, but I don't know what a little bit of cheating is.
What's a little bit of cheating? If anybody got the answer, let me know. What's a little bit of cheating?
Please.
Because I would say
I'm gonna be loyal to my man. He has to be loyal to me.
Okay.
Like, I don't care about him making no 6 figures. I make that too. So like, I get what you're saying, but like, I like it's a non-negotiable.
Didn't she come
like,
up here and say he had to make $100,000?
So are you? I hate the double standard in our community. Like, no, I don't care.
Well, yes, I understand, but I think you got to understand why it's a double standard, because it's just different. It's not equal for the men to women, and then the difference is this: when the man that has the money. I don't think any man wants a bum, so let's start there. But most men that have money expect to pay, right? So they're not always, even if you have a lot of money, he's still expected to pay for the dinner, be the primary breadwinner. So he'll get a girl in his mind. It's like, regardless of what you got, I'm still expected to pay because I got all this money. When a woman dates, this is where it's different. You're not dating like that. You're not dating with the mindset of, I got all this money, so I'm going to pay. So that's where it's not the same, okay? Because the guy with the money is expecting to pay, and because he's expecting to pay, he's like, listen, I paid for all this, what you complaining for? Like, you get, like, true story, I remember I was reading something about Shaq and Shawnee, and I think it was the Essence. It's a very long article, but Shaq had been cheating for years, and she said that when she finally left, it was a conversation they had, and Shaq said to her, well, why are you complaining? You're the only one that can access the bank account. Like, yeah, I got other women, but you the one with the bank account. You don't like to access the bank account. And then that was Shawnee's like final straw of, listen, I know this man is
that was when Shawnee exhaled,
popular, but I
can't do this.
Here. So a lot of the men, like I said, I don't think all men cheat, but a lot of men that y'all describe cheats. And at some point.
And you sitting up here acting like a average man wouldn't cheat. Like a regular dude wouldn't cheat. Pookie doesn't cheat. Ray doesn't cheat.
That's a fact.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, just because income. It doesn't matter. His social economic status doesn't mean whether or not he's gonna cheat.
Right.
Like it might just be in that dude. He's just a cheater. I don't know.
Yeah. He's a dog. He a
Right.
dog with a good collar, or he a mangy, stinking, filthy ass dog.
Some
He a
guys
dog
like
nonetheless.
that. You know, and
That's what he
some
is.
people
That's what it
is
is.
another part of it is temptation. Like I'm sure if enough chicks throw it at some dudes, he gonna bite.
And
Like
some of that is options too. Let me throw one at you here. Like that same dude that you claim you built and got him to get the 3 trucks. Now he got options now. You might have been better off dealing with him as he was if money ain't a thing, but you want status too. So when you build this dude up to be this trucking company magnate, now he got more options. Now it's more probability he might cheat on you. Yeah, that's how those things work. And maybe he was better. You upset the apple cart. The little couple dollars he was making doing what he was doing probably was good, and it kept him not faithful, but focused. Like, all right, I'm here, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Not to say he wouldn't have done it anyway, but she guided him to more options. And because this is a fact, we're not going to be facetious, and we're not going to say that this is not true. This is 100% undisputable.
Yeah.
Men, we have that trump card. You could be short, fat, ugly, one eye, black, bald, all that. If you got enough money, somebody holler at you. Yes. And decent women to holler at you. We got that trump card. So knowing that, like, you put him in a position to where he might not have been that guy before, but now, well, hell, they throwing panties on the stage, and when I walk through, I'm the man. I'm gonna start exercising some of these options. You upset that. Like sometimes you might want to leave things where they are. He was a good man and all that. You had no problem with him. You make money. Why don't you let him live comfortably? No, but you want that status.
And let me say, or let's say you help build with him, and now he got a higher status and whatnot. You can't understand what come with it. You
right.
You don't understand.
Right. You like have to weed through that. You have to survive some of that.
Okay, if you benefiting, you couldn't be understanding. I'm not
advocating. Like I'm just
not saying you have to accept somebody cheating on you or whatnot. It's sometimes people do. You don't know what a person would do or what they would and wouldn't do.
Right.
So it's some things like I don't know, like
situation. Again, like we changed the dynamics of the relationship. So maybe with that same hand that you pushed him to be better, you might have to do better now, because now he's better. His standard might have raised.
More options.
You see what I'm saying?
And whatnot. So
now it's like there's a double-edged sword. Everything comes with consequence. But these women want perfection. Like again, they want that Marvel character. He's so noble, and he just wouldn't never exercise his options that he has being this great noble superhero. They want that Clark Kent. He can't see nothing. That pussy in them red tights can't see nothing but Lois Lane. Yeah, and they all want that. Like that's the case.
And that's a good point you make.
A man is a man, right? Let's say I always equate it to this. Okay, they could throw 10,000 panties on the stage, and he could have 3,500 DMs, and he never responded. And the one time he give in, if it broke down, he might have been feeling himself, or temptation, the devil, whatever you want to say, got into him one time. All 10,000 panties he ignored, all the 3,000 DMs and all that shit go out the window. You don't get no credit for being a good guy. Anybody could have a moment of weakness, but they want you to have this. Again, you have all this influence and status, money, time. He could go away for 2 weeks. So you telling me he can't cheat on you when he leave your house? See what I'm saying? You like those open doors. A man that be at a 9 to 5 every day, for what it's worth, it's not right. But you could clock him. You know where he at. 8 hours a day. Like he gonna go there and he gonna come back. On that 2 weeks, he could be globe trotting and all that. This is what you chase. This is what the Godfather, again, let's go back. He's undefeated, and he coined the term high value. Let's break it down to the hood rat. She said with motion. That's the term these youngins are saying now. He got motion. He got action. He's moving around. He got money. He could do what he wants. He can have his way when he go around these places. That's more of an opportunity for a man to do something. I'm not saying he should. If you just talking or y'all just dating, he's exercising his options. Y'all not married. On the term of marriage, again, he's going to have to take that up with whoever he stood and took them vows in front of, whatever God governed him. That's between him and the Most High. He and you, his girlfriend or his accessory for the week or whatever is the case. Like, again, they come a dime a dozen when you up like that. They come a dime. These types, like she to the regular brother, oh, she bad. But to dudes that's up, he get a lot of that. It loses its luster. He can pick through. He can have his pick of that. So you got to deal with that. Like, you might have to have something better than being pretty and light skinned, or having a good weave, or some decent box and some top. Like, that don't come hard. It's not hard to come by when you up. Sisters, like, y'all got to realize this. And for them to say that he's not, they could acknowledge his options, but then say he's not the prize. Like, y'all in denial. Delusion is a team effort. Kendra's playing into it too. She want to give her half the truth and tiptoe around in her dolce and not give this lady the truth. But let us continue. We're running a little long. This is part 2. We're going to let her go on a little more before we close it out.
One at a time. So I guess for you, if you met a guy who maybe wasn't your height requirement, maybe he's 5'9", maybe he's your height, maybe he's a solid guy, but he got a solid job, so he can't travel the world.
She's not trying to hear that.
Like, but is willing to build a life with you. Would you make adjustments for him, or he ain't got a chance? Okay, it is what it is, child. Go to Ghana. Get to my
heart desires and what I want. I'm not gonna settle. Like, I can set the standards and boundaries for myself, just like everybody can. Just like if a man wants to say, hey, my preference is I don't want to date women with kids. I totally respect that. What am I going to say? My only thing was to get on here and was to defend single mothers, because we can have standards. We can have boundaries for ourselves. But I'm not against a man saying, hey, babe, you know what? You're not for me. You have kids. I totally respect that. And so it's the same thing for me. The height thing is not a big deal. If he's 5'9", like my height, okay, cool. But like traveling, like, no, that's a non-negotiable, because like that's what I love to do. I've been to 22 countries. I plan to be at 30 by the end of this year.
Okay. Do you have like a I don't know, a friendship couple that is your ideal relationship, that maybe they're either married or friends that are in a relationship that's experiencing what you desire?
Yes.
Okay. So you should talk to them and get the ins and outs of their relationship. And maybe because I also think that sometimes everything looks great, but there's so much more than the Instagram post at times, right? And there's so much more to the Facebook post at times. So if you get you some real life friends that are in a relationship dynamic that you desire, and see what they tell you.
I'm gonna do that, Kendra, because I feel like you telling me to be in a poly relationship.
I'm not telling you to be in a poly anything. I'm not telling you to do that at all. So please don't misunderstand me. What I'm saying is, from what you told me, you have dated the guy you described, but monogamy was the issue. Is that true?
One of them. The other one, the fiance I was talking about that I broke up with, we were just both immature. We were in our like mid-20s. We needed to grow up, so that was not an issue.
But he had your height.
You needed to grow up, but you had 2 kids at that point.
Again, at this time he works in a warehouse, but I told him now he owns 3 trucks, so he's an entrepreneur.
This is the one that's already with somebody else. See, girl, now that one you were supposed to, because you could have been, because it seemed like you helped him become a better man, and then you just decided to walk away from the better man that you created.
We both needed to grow up. We had a lot of.
You did not create him into being a better man.
You heard that? Created.
You need to, Lord mercy, y'all be trying to take credit. You did not create him. You might have played a part, but you did not create him.
Women can have that effect. Don't get me wrong. Women do have a muse-like effect on you. But at the end of the day, you got to already be pointed in the right direction. Like, women do not. And you don't want to create. See, that's that son. Your son, you might try to mold him into some ninja that you effed with years ago and all that. I don't agree, but I could understand. You got influence. It's not going to work with no man. Like, that man need to be already, his trajectory has to be going a certain way. You can add on, you can be pivotal, you can inspire and spark, but you cannot create. You can't do that, and you cannot do it for them. And if you did do that, again, why you not reaping the benefits of that trucking money? Like, why would you get them to a position and then walk away? Like, we have to think about this. Think. Let's hear it out. She said, we had to mature. You had 2 kids. She said she had one when she was 18, right? And one when she was 21 or something?
21.
Come on. You had 2 kids. How much more maturing you got to do? Like,
and he didn't cheat on her. So what was the problem besides maturing? What else was the problem?
So was it your baby daddy? Why wouldn't you give him that same pass? We was immature. I didn't hear her mention anybody else. Well, she's 35, so between her early 20s and now, I'm sure she done ran into many a ninja. Many. Like a good amount. But they all was cheating, or no, she threw a blanket and then got caught up. No man never left me. So again, Kendra tripped her up and she catching her like, why you ain't getting that truck money? Like, can't even explain it. Come on now.
Growing to do.
Well, listen. All right, I gotta try to get somebody else. They are driving insane. But let me do this. Let me shout out your profile again. What's your profile on the?
And one other thing, I want to clear up the 50-50 thing because I only brought that up because, listen, everybody do what's best for them. Okay, I am not a 50-50 girl, but am I 70-30? Yeah. Like, but I do what works for me and the men that I deal with. That's what I'm used to dealing with. I've never had someone I live with me and I didn't have to pay the mortgage or anything like that. But will I pay bills? Will I contribute? Absolutely. I'm not I'm going to contribute. I'll help on trips and stuff like that. I'm a 70-30 girl. Okay, so let's stop this whole conversation. Everybody do what's best for them.
Yeah, and I didn't bring that up. You brought that part up.
It was because somebody was in the comments like saying it, and then I responded to them.
Okay.
And so a lot of things they were going in on that too, honey. They took that video and put it on all types of blogs, and I said, "What the hell,
girl? What's your name on the Kendra G singles dating app?
It should be like Princess 33.
Oh yeah, that's right, Princess 33. Okay. So let's try this again. She came back to glit some things together. Here she is, fellas. You can hit her right now. Princess
she didn't even come up here for that.
33 on the Kendra G singles
dating app. She gonna sell this app. She ain't even come up here for that.
Yes, she's a single mom, but she got her shit together. Okay, traveling is non-negotiable. So even though she's willing to work in other areas, you gotta be able to hit that flight. Princess 33. She's in Atlanta. You say he doesn't have to be in Atlanta, right?
No, he does not. Please.
Okay, don't be in Atlanta. Actually, don't be in Atlanta. All right. Well, listen, girlfriend, I'm wishing you the best. I really am.
Thank you, Kendra. And I'm gonna do a Kendra cam for all you little hating ass.
Oh, you did a Kendra cam for
oh my God.
Hate females in the comments. Yeah, this is 35 because some of them I ain't even gonna say it. It's 30.
Not 35. She really.
Oh, you ain't got no bra, princess. You ain't want to wear no bra tonight.
Oh, no, sorry, Kendra.
I mean, your body does look good.
You're in 5 with 2 kids.
Okay, don't play with it. Don't play with it. All right, princess. I'm wishing you the best, honey.
Thank you, Kendra. I love you.
Bye. Love you too. Bye, girl. Bye, baby girl.
Y'all should really go bump cats. Well, that was part 2. Lo and behold, Kendra dug up that brother that she had the little quarrel with. So before we give our final thoughts, we're going to let the brother have his say because it's rare that we have a rebuttal to the foolery and the delusional nature of these birds. And she was a lot. She was flapping on and she touched on a lot of points and she's all over the place. But she's a very decent looking woman, but she's overly inflated in her ego and what's going on here. So she needs to really work some things out. What you got to say about that, Queen, before we transition to part 3?
Princess got me tired. That girl, she was going 100 miles per minute. Like, dang, calm down. And let me ask it again. What man is dealing with this? Like, I think like you would probably just need to put your headphones on or some type of earplugs or something, like, just because she would just be, as soon as you walk in the door, it would just be talking like womp 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 womp, like how the Charlie Brown teachers were, the adults, where you couldn't even make out what they were saying. They were just talking. That's how she's gonna be. You won't have a minute of peace. Dang.
High speed talking, flapping.
And it was so fast. Not that she said like everything you would normally say faster, like dang. Calm down. What was in that mug?
Yeah. I need something to keep up. She was out there.
What do you really think your option's gonna be? Like, let me say this. Y'all think coming back and clapping back at the comments and putting men on blast is going to help your options?
I think she did worse. I don't remember her the first time, but I think she did worse this time for herself.
I slightly remember her. Of course, we didn't record the video, but we watched it offline and whatnot. But I don't really remember.
We watch a lot. It gets blurry.
Yeah, we watch a lot.
That's part of the reason why we record.
So we watch a lot. But I guess part 3 of this saga, we're gonna see what the guy had to say. I kind of remember him slightly, but we're gonna see what he has to say and whatnot.
Right. I'm gonna give a little preamble. Again, he never met her, but she said they got mutual friends, so he know of her and know of her antics per se. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what he got to say. But you heard what we got to say. More importantly, we want to know what you got to say. So please get down there in the comment section. Let us know if you agree, disagree, if we're on base, off base. You know, we are 360-degree thinkers on this platform. Free thought, always promoted, celebrated, #1 here. Leave a like on your way out. Sub up if you so choose to. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified when we drop some more of these bangers. Don't forget to hit the memberships to get that shout out love. Shout out Mondays. And we'll be back at you guys real soon. We appreciate y'all for coming out. We thank y'all. Y'all be safe out there. We catch you on the next one.